everyone, welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, aka Tech Man, and I hope you are having a great day. It is gloomy, it is storming out here in Northern California, and it's just miserable. But it's not at the moment because we're here with you. So if you're watching the replay, be sure to say hello, even in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, say hello in the comments. There, I had it backwards. If you're live, welcome. Don't be shy. Pop into the comments. Say hello. The comments are going to be where the magic happens. It is where the magic happens. And so I want you to make sure that you take advantage of this because it's not just so I know that you're there, but it's so you get seen, so your business gets seen. That's the beauty of Facebook Live. That's the beauty of commenting, even if it's just to say hello. So if this is your first time joining, welcome. This is a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. I will go over some random news, and then we'll jump into today's topic, which is going to be about marketing and really looking at the basics of marketing and how we can learn from just marketing toilet paper. So we'll talk about that. And then if you are a returning visitor, welcome. So glad to see you, even if you're watching the replay. And if you guys need anything, you know where to find me. edtroxelcreative.com is where it's at. Hope you enjoyed the new little video clip that I had there at the beginning of the show here. So let's just dive into it and jump into random news. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I don't know about you guys and see how many of you are in, well, if I can get my screen to go, there we go, into beer or IPAs specifically, but one brewery is unveiling a Lucky Charms flavored beer. Now, I don't know about you guys. I wasn't like a huge Lucky Charms fan, so I definitely would not be interested in this, especially because I'm not really that big on beer, but I want to know from you, do you think that this is a smart move? Like, especially if you're a beer drinker, would you want to try this? To me, it seems very interesting. And, you know, it could go either way. I think people will buy this because they're curious and it has that whole curiosity marketing around it and it's different. It's a favorite sugary cereal mixed with your favorite beer. I don't know. I think it would be way too sweet, but who knows? They can always tweak things, right? And so we'll see. Now, moving on to other news. This one's pretty crazy. Really, really crazy. Look at how tiny this little purse is. I don't even know if you can technically call it a purse, but it's a handbag apparently. But this was in a Paris Fashion Week runway show. And the bags are so small that you just carry it with one finger. And get this, you guys, the price tag around things that are similar that this designer sells is around 400 and I'm trying to get to it. Let's see. 486. So if you're thinking about your business idea and you're thinking about your products and services that you offer and you look at something like this and you think, who is paying almost $500 for a little purse that you put around your finger that I don't know if you can actually carry anything in this. Like, I don't even know if a quarter would fit in this. This is crazy. It's ridiculous. Not only this, but check out what this designer also created. These oversized bags that the models barely could fit on their shoulders because they're so big. I don't know. I must not be into the fashion sense, but I don't know who's really going to be out rocking these, especially when I'm sure they're well over, you can see here, $200 to $500 for these huge purses. And what do you want to carry that for and how that's bad for your shoulders? So, business brain moment. If you see somebody rocking these and you're into the whole fashion thing, then you come up with a rolling suitcase that would take care of the problem, right? Because why would you want to have your shoulders tore out when you can have it rolling? I don't know, just doing that on the fly with you guys. So now let's talk about, I had to get some of this real quick. Let me come back. Let's talk about toilet paper. All right, so toilet paper. Marketing that. Now, I don't know about you guys. I mean, maybe somebody watching manufactures and sells toilet paper. Maybe this is your business. If so, definitely chime in. If not, though, let's break this down. How exciting is toilet paper in terms of marketing it, right? So pretend like you have a toilet paper business and you need to market your toilet paper. And remember, there's competition. There's tons of toilet paper rolls out there on the store shelves, pretty much any brand you can think of that's there. So you're trying to fit in with your new toilet paper. And you're like, well, it's the same pretty much. I mean, you're not saying this to people, but let's just talk internally for a second. Internally with the team, we're thinking, okay, toilet paper, 2-ply, it's the same that is on every other store shelf out there. It has the same flap here. It easily breaks away when you take it off. You put it on the roll. I mean, there's nothing unique about this, right? Maybe you have some cool prints on here. Maybe you have emojis. Maybe you have certain, I don't know, quotes, whatever. Maybe that's how you stand out with the toilet paper itself, the product itself. But that's not what we want to really focus on. We want to focus on, how did we get here? That's taking it back to the marketing basics. How did we get to the toilet paper roll? Because this is the same just like every other toilet paper out there. But what's different is the story behind it, our story. So when you're thinking about this toilet paper roll, and you know that it's the same like everything else out on the shelves, you have to ask yourself, okay, but what's our story? How did we get here? Why did we develop the paper roll? What's so unique about it? What's different about it? Not the product, but the people, the business behind the product. That's what you want to focus on. So what's your story? Why did you create this business? What inspired you to make toilet paper rolls? What goes into making one roll, let alone a whole package of them? What kind of business, let me see, I have a quote actually I wanted to read to you guys here. Let's see. We can learn about, okay, so what does this mean if you're selling toilet paper? This is the quote I want to read to you. While there's not a lot of romance in toilet paper, there's something to be said about the people behind the paper. We can learn a lot about the people who founded and run the company, their mission, their vision, their values, and maybe the company has zero tolerance for waste, which not only affects the products they make, but also how they operate as a business. Perhaps their offices are powered by solar technology and outfitted with refurbished furniture. Or possibly their ethos is rooted in sustainable living and climate change awareness and education. Or maybe they have some cool scented toilet paper for those who just have a ton of money and just want to smell fresh every time that they wipe, right? So that's what I want you to think about is it's not just about your products or the service that you have. It's what's the story behind it? Why do you do it? What does the office have? What's going on inside the office? A lot of you might be single solopreneurs, which is fine. So it's just you doing everything. So that's your story. Now break it down. What does a day look like for you? What does an hour look like? I mean, maybe your day is just so crazy that just showing a little bit of what happens in an hour is fun and exciting. Maybe not to you, but to your audience. And so really being able to tell your story online, that's the big thing here. And that's what you want to start focusing on and not worry so much about the product itself. Of course, you'll still want to promote the product or the service directly and share that information, but try to make sure that you get in a few, we'll say posts, we'll talk about social media here. Every so often you get in these posts that have the story there. And I would say actually have the story more than product selling. So, every 2 or 3 stories, then you direct sell. That way it's not just sell, sell, sell. But really ask yourself, step back and ask yourself, what is the story? What is our story? What is my story? And find out and go from there. There's a reason why I created the Hey Ed Network. In fact, I'll tell you guys, I actually was going to change the name. I started with Hey Ed because that is what the first 2 words came out of everyone's mouth when they meet me. Hey Ed, do you know XYZ? Hey Ed, can you help me with? So the list can go on, right? So I took those 2 words and that's what I created Hey Ed, and I created the Hey Ed Network just so that way people could figure out it's more than just Hey Ed. So that way they can see that it's actually a network of entrepreneurs who want that support, who need help with tech every so often, who need help with business and understanding where to go and what to do and having a reliable resource to point them in the right direction versus just blindly going online and searching or trying to find answers inside groups or on YouTube and wasting hours and hours and spending a ton of money on things that they probably don't really need. So for me, I packaged my services and everything together into one product that's convenient for people that they have with them on the go. It's an app and online. You can go through the web to access it and to be able to ask the questions and to be able to learn not only from me, but from others and to be able to have that accountability as we have weekly check-ins and be able to connect with one another. So that's my story and why I did that, because for me, it's all about helping you, the entrepreneur, grow your business online and being able to show you what I learn and what I've done and what I see others do that's going to help you get to that next step is huge. That means more to me than anything else that I'm doing. And so being able to see these wins and for instance, today, one of my clients who I have been working with, but we haven't really made the next big step because it's a slow start for us because I want them to be able to really take their time with getting things off the ground because of their situation. And so today they came up to me and they said, Ed, I have to thank you because I aced this assignment because they're also in school. They aced their assignment because of the work that we did together. And people were impressed with them. And she was like, yeah, it's because I got a guy. I know a guy. And so that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. And while that maybe in that situation, that wasn't an exact sale, because remember, we're not about the sale today. We're about establishing the relationship and building it over time, because the numbers will come later. They always do. But you got to focus on the relationship building and being there for your people. And so being able to see that growth and know, it's so exciting, especially because I know specifically with this client where we started and just the craziness of life and everything for them and where we're going and what's happening right now. It's so exciting, and I love being able to be a part of that. And so that's why I also created the Hey Ed Network, was because most people think of me just for tech. And while tech comes easy to me, and that's what I help a lot of people with, as you can see, I'm passionate about business, and I'm passionate about being able to share the knowledge that I've acquired over the years and being able to help you market and share your story online in a way that encourages people to engage with you and really takes you to that next level when it comes to show up, deliver, and engage, because that's what it's all about right here. So as we get back to the toilet paper, don't focus just on the roll here. This is the start. Step back, put the roll down, and think about what is your story. What's the story behind the business and behind creating this? What goes into everything to make that product or that service? And that's the story you want to tell. So I hope that this was helpful for you and that you guys are having a great week. And if you need anything, edtroxelcreative.com is where you'll want to go. I cleaned it all up for you there. And I hope that we'll see you inside the Hey Ed Network soon, because I know some of you are probably saying to yourself, yeah, Ed, I'll be there soon. I'm just going to wait just a little bit longer because I'm not quite ready. And I want to challenge you to ask yourself, but why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? And what's holding you back? Because chances are you're going to be saying that for a long time, and you're going to be missing out on those opportunities that you can just get things checked off your list today. So I just want to put that out there. All right, guys, so I hope that you have a wonderful week and enjoy. Hopefully you have better weather than I have here, and I will see you back here next week. Take care.